Tonight is the season 8 premiere of Vanderpump Rules, and that's why we have called on our resident Bravo expert, Bryce Sander, who just sat down with Miss Stassi Schroeder.
Yes, everyone's favorite descendant of a Swedish princess herself, Stassi Schroeder.
Here in the flesh.
She was right here. And we got into everything we need to know about the new season, all the drama with Kristen. I've seen the premiere. It's gonna be a wild ride.
Always is.
There's a bunch of new faces, a lot of old drama.
Ooh.
I mean, should we just kick it over to Stassi, let her
We
talk?
should.
Let's hear from her.
Let's just talk about people or something, because that would make me feel better.
Talking about that, how's your best friend?
Are you talking about Kristen? I've been really frustrated because the way she speaks, it's like Katie and Stassi are horrible friends. They don't support me in my relationship, or they haven't checked in on me. And I feel like she's been telling everyone that she's broken up with her boyfriend. She, in the same breath, says, but we still live together, have sex with each other, and hang out every day. And I just feel like she's lying to me.
The two queens sitting there on Vanderpump Rules.
Oh, well, thank you.
Nastasia Schroeder and Lisa
Yes.
Vanderpump. Does anybody actually call you Nastasia?
My mother.
When you're in trouble?
Yeah, all the time, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So it's not like...
Even via text message, which is, it's time consuming to type out. So she's committed.
That's a lot of, yeah, it's a lot of letters. Anyway, you and Lisa, that's from the premiere of season 8 of Vanderpump Rules.
Yeah.
How do you feel about season 8?
You know what? I'm excited and I'm terrified at the same time. I mean, this is like a whole different type of season, I feel like, than we've ever had before, but it's also, it was a lot harder because, I mean, as you see in like the previews, you know, things with Kristen and I and Jackson Tom, and it just, there's a lot of breakups, not like romantic breakups, just,
Right.
And it's sad.
Well, Jax at BravoCon said, these aren't friendships, we're all in relationships with each other.
He said that?
Yeah.
Wise. Look at that. Is he a little Buddha? Where did he get that from?
I don't know. I think
he had
Brittany's rubbing off on it.
He had to have stole that from someone.
Probably Brittany. But yeah, why were emotions and tensions so high in this last year? Why all the change?
I think that we all in the last year have been going through major life changes, whether it's buying a house or, you know, something with our careers or different relationships or getting married. There's been so many things that have happened, and we've all kind of grown, and sometimes you grow apart and you start thinking differently and wanting to live your life differently, and that doesn't always match up with, you know, some of the people you've been friends with for a really long time.
Let's dig into the witches of WeHo of it all.
Okay,
then.
let's just get this part over
Let's just
with.
rip that Band-Aid
Yeah,
off.
totally.
What is at the core of that issue with you and Katie on one side and Kristen on the other?
I would, you know, this is obviously a thing that you will see this season. So I can't say, oh, that's such a good photo of us too. That's sad. It makes me sad when I think about this and I see something like that. But it wasn't just one thing that brought us to this point. I mean, it was a couple years of going through some toxic situations with each other where we kind of just got to the point, or at least I got to the point where I just felt like, okay, I need to take a step back. This is affecting my life. This is affecting my own relationship. I find myself talking about this all the time, and I just need to take a break.
Is the break still happening currently?
I think you can tell based on our social media that we are still in a break.
Okay.
You know, and that's not to say that we hate each other. We don't hate each other. We don't dislike each other even. It's just this thing where we are not getting along. And hopefully that changes at some point. I guess only time will tell. You know, I am gonna have to watch this season and see what she has to say, what Kristen has to say. I'm looking forward to seeing her side of things because I truly don't understand right now.
It seems like the thing you keep referencing, at least from what we've seen, what we know, and from I've seen the premiere, Carter and Kristen seems to be kind of the thing.
Well, that was a toxic relationship that Katie and I were there for so many years. And there's only so many times that you can sit with someone crying over the same thing, and then the next day she says, but can he come over for a pool party? You guys have to be nice to him. That weighs on me, and I don't want to be around him then. And then it turned into something that is like, okay, well, it's not even about Carter. Carter might be innocent in this whole thing. Now it's about how you're handling this with us. Like, I wish nothing but good things for Carter, you know, and Kristen, but.
I was gonna, with all that and you and Katie having spoken your piece on the Kristen and Carter of it all as we watched it the last reunion.
Yeah.
What do you make of her writing a dating advice book?
Well, I don't know that it's necessarily advice. You know, Kristen has been wanting to write a book about, you know, her past relationships and how she's really good at stalking and doing psycho stuff, which I think it's right up her alley. Dating advice, I don't know. I couldn't even give dating advice. I think it's supposed to be ironic and funny, and if that's what it is, then it'll be great.
At BravoCon, you and Katie told me we want to get to a point where we reconcile, things are better. Kristen told me she doesn't think that will ever happen.
All right, so then I guess that's...
She said if it does happen, your relationship will never be what it was.
All right, news to me. So, where's my phone? I want to text Katie this right now.
I can send you the interview clip to send over to her to watch.
Okay, well then maybe it won't. I mean...
What would it take to reconcile? What would you need?
You know, it sounds weird to say, but this is what our lives are like. We've been doing this for over 8 years. I'm really gonna have to watch this. This is the first time I feel like I have to watch the season and see what she has to say.
See what happened.
I really do have to see what was in
More
her.
memories
This
popping
is,
up on screen.
geez, you guys are awful. I knew this
We
interview
just want
was
the
a
witches of
mistake.
WeHo back together. When was the last time you guys talked? Was it at BravoCon?
Yeah, I mean, we've sent each other, congratulatory texts about things, but BravoCon was the last time. You know, we have the Vanderpump Rules premiere tonight. Maybe I'll just march my ass right up to her and say, I heard that you said that we're never going to be the same.
Let's work this out. All right, moving on from Kristen, I want to talk about Tom
Great.
Sandoval.
Okay.
And we have a little clip here from the trailer.
Selfish, egotistical piece of shit.
It's a quick moment, but you calling Tom.
I lost my, what can I say?
What leads us to that moment?
Well, that I actually don't feel like I am allowed to say.
Okay, is that going to be later on in the season?
It's not like so much later, but it is something that, I think that I'd be giving away something major, I guess.
Okay.
But you know what? Tom and I have always butted heads. We've always had this thing, and I think that it really just came to a head.
Okay, hit its boiling
something
point.
went down. Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank
New York Times bestseller.
Thank you.
Writing another book.
Yes, which is so hard. I thought writing the first one was hard. No, this one, it's way harder.
Well, because you gave away a lot of stories in the first one.
Well, I just had such a clear vision for Next Level Basic, and I had been working on it for so long that it was now looking back fairly easy to bang out.
I know you said it keeps changing, but what's kind of the idea behind the next one? If you can say.
Well, my publicist is shaking her head at me right now.
So.
I will say, I can hint, you know, the first book was about reworking the word basic. I'm reworking another idea.
Let's take it back to the show. There are 5 people we hadn't met before joining
Yes.
this season.
It's a lot. Are they trying to fire me?
I don't
Bravo.
I think you have job security. They gave you a digital web series, Stassi. I think you're okay.
Fingers crossed. You know what I mean?
But I sat down with Max, Brett, and Dana.
Those are the ones I love.
Well, they said they feel like they didn't get to spend a whole lot of time with you, but they
Okay.
like you.
Okay, great.
So how do you feel about these newbies? You love them?
I really like those 3. I really like. Every time that I was around them, I feel like Dana is hilarious. I feel like she's like has this cynical sense of humor that I just really like. It's kind of just like dark and funny.
Yeah.
So I get along with her really well. I think Brett is just really charming and sweet and likable, and Max is just really funny. Like, he's a funny dude.
And big news for you this season, you get engaged.
Yes.
We're gonna get to see that play out on the show.
You are.
Have you gotten to see any of that footage yet? Like, did they give you a sneak
No,
peek? Okay.
none of it. I've had my producers text me, and they're like, we just watched the first cut, and I'm crying. And I'm like, yeah. I won't believe you till I see it.
Are you like asking them all the time, what episode is it going to be? When can I see it? How many weeks away is it?
No,
Okay.
I'm pretty relaxed about it. They don't tell us anything. I've learned that over the years. So yeah.
But the wedding card is in play.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Are you
And
using that?
You bet your ass. I mean, I haven't gotten to the point where I need to yet. This is my one and only wedding. So like, I'm gonna make sure I torture people a little bit.
Are you going to go full Bridezilla?
Depends on if things run smoothly or not. And it depends on if people cooperate.
I mean, you chose a destination wedding halfway across the world.
So that not everyone could come.
Okay.
I want a smaller wedding.
You want a smaller wedding, so that means not all your co-stars will be there.
Most of them will be there.
Is there anyone that you're like, definitely not going to be there?
Well, like, I mean, I'm not close to James. You know what I mean? Like, he's fine now. There are no hard feelings. We've never even like sat down and had lunch. So like that, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
He's not one of my close friends. So like, he's not coming. But it's like not anything against him. It's just no. If we don't hang out, you're not coming.
That's fair rule for a wedding.
Right? Okay.
And of course, fingers crossed, we'll get to see it on TV.
Yeah. I mean, if there's a season 9, 100%, bravo.
Or I would take a wedding special series.
I mean, we'll see.
Would you
whatever.
take that pressure on?
Oh God, I don't know, because then it's like your family has to get all involved, and at least like on Vanderpump Rules, I can rely on my friends to act up. You know what I mean? If it's a wedding special.
But in all this, do you feel like you're finally kind of growing up? Like, has it hit you yet? Like, I'm getting married, I'm an adult.
No.
No?
Not really.
Well, Bo posted, it looks like, did you guys buy a house?
We did, yes.
That's an adult thing to do.
It is. That's very exciting. It's very exciting.
Are you joining everybody in the Valley?
I am not.
Oh.
No.
You are your own person.
I am my own person.
Wrap things up here. Season 8. What are you most looking forward to the viewers experiencing, and what are you not looking forward to having to relive?
I am definitely not looking forward to reliving any of the things with Kristen. That's gonna suck ass. I'm really excited, well, not only to see my engagement, but I'm really excited to see Jackson and Brittany's wedding, because it was so much fun. You know what I mean? Everyone gets scared, like, do I want to have my wedding on camera? Is like the camera's gonna interfere? Every wedding that I've been on camera with, Katie and Tom's, Brittany and Jax's, magical. So I'm really excited to see that.
Yeah, you weren't there for Sheena's.
No, I was not.
The crop top wedding dress.
R.I.P.
I think we have to leave it on that note.
Okay.
Bryce Sander getting all the tea
That
right
was
there
really
from
juicy, actually.
Stassi.
It's like, and that's just a tease.
That's just the start. Like,
Yeah.
there's one episode available to press. There's one episode airing tonight. There are 24 to come.
And
Oh my God.
I'm always shocked how much there is in their real lives to actually that still goes on to put on their show.
Lisa Vanderpump says they could film this show year-round if they
Yeah.
wanted to, because unlike a lot of other shows where the cast is just kind of hanging out
Yeah.
when the show's in production, they all are really in each other's lives. I mean, half of them just moved to the Valley and bought houses
Yeah.
right next door to each other here in
Of course
LA.
they did.
They
Of
can't
course
escape
did.
each
That
other.
all look the same.
But what about the new people? Like, what do we know
So
about
we
them?
have technically 7 new cast members this year. 2 we know, which is Stassi's Bobo and James Kennedy's girlfriend Raquel. And then we have 3 kind of official people who made the opening credits. Like they get to do the spin and the
Oh,
drink
they got
toss
the
and all that
spot.
kind of stuff. Dana, Max, and Brett.
Okay.
And so they work across the restaurants, Sir, Tom. And Dana, people will remember from last year, she appeared in a scene with the guys were partying, I think, at the Sky Bar here in LA.
tracks.
And she was like in town for the weekend with her girlfriends
Yeah.
and met up with them. And now she works at the restaurant.
Wow.
And now she's on the show.
Look at that.
And
Look
so
at that.
we actually sat down with those 3 to kind of dig into what it was like join. I mean, this is an established thing. It's 7 years to the date today that the show premiered.
But it's not too late for people to start, right?
No, anyone
was
can
just
jump in.
asking.
Tonight's a good night to jump in because
I'm
it's.
gonna do
You got.
Got it? All right,
time.
fine, I will too.
You've got new people.
Yeah.
So there's an entry point, and they are the focus of the premiere. The new people.
Okay.
They're kind of establishing them, and it doesn't feel like you're watching, like, oh, these are people I don't care about. Like, you're invested right away. Like Max and Dana have a lot of drama.
Well, I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah,
You
I know my
guys-
blood is like boiling.
I know, right? My palms are
Our
sweating.
Bravo expert, Bryce Sander.
Yeah, thank you, Bryce. You guys can tune into the premiere of Vanderpump Rules. It airs every Tuesday on Bravo. Bryce, thank you so much.
Thank you.